Hello everybody. Now we've gone back into pretty much another lockdown here, so I thought I would find some bits and bobs around the house and do a little video for something called junk modelling nativity, so that you can make your own nativity scene from all the bits around your house that otherwise might get thrown away. It's a good opportunity for you to recycle some of your Christmas boxes or used up cardboard tubes or anything that you can find around the house, but make sure you get permission from a grown-up before you use it. We don't want you cutting up anything you shouldn't be. Make sure as well, if you're using sharp scissors, that you get some help, and talk to a grown-up and get them to help you if you get stuck with things like the glue or lids or the glitter. I use glitter again, and sequins. They get everywhere. I get in trouble. So with that in mind, let's get on with some Christmassy craft, and I'd really love to see anything you make, and send some photos to the church email or send some pictures on the church WhatsApp. I'd really love to see them. It really blesses me when I see all the things you children make. I love it. Happy crafting! Here we go! So we're going to make, for this part, one of the wise men. So make sure I've got a nice clean tube, and I'm going to cut little triangles out of the top to give a crown effect. As you can see, I'm cutting little triangles out just all the way around to make sure that I get that lovely crown effect at the top. There we go. Right, so I have got a nice zigzag effect at the top, which is going to be where the crown is. So now I'm going to use a pencil, and I'm going to mark out where my wise man's crown is going to be and where his face is going to be, where his clothes are going to be. So I'm drawing one line at the top here to remind myself of where the crown's going to be. There we go. And then another line here, about halfway down, is going to show me where my face is going to be. There we go. And then the bottom part there is going to be where the clothes are. It just helps me to get organised, really. Oh no, now what have I found here? Now this is an old napkin, and I reckon I can use this napkin to do a little bit of clothing on there. So I'm going to cut a piece out so I don't forget, so I won't need the whole thing, it's huge. There we go. Perfect, let's get rid of that. Right, so I'm going to use that at some point. So I'm going to use my shiny blue because I love sparkles. Use my shiny blue to colour just under here, because I think I'm going to use the napkin as a nice cloak. So I'm going to colour the clothing that's going to be underneath the cloak. And he's a wise man, he's very, very rich, so I'm using a really shiny metallic pen to do this. Now you can use whatever you like, or you could even use foil. That would be a beautiful shiny outfit for your wise man there. I think what I'll do is I'll colour the rest, otherwise I might tear the cloak that I'm going to make him. So I'm going to do the skin of this wise man. So let's colour his skin in, and I can add things like eyes and hair and things like that later. It's very difficult colouring on a curve, I can tell you that. You might not want to use pens, you might want to use paint if you have any. or you can cut and stick if you like as well. There we go, that's looking good. Oh, I get to use another shiny pen. This is my gold pen. I'm going to colour the crown gold. Now the wise men might not have worn crowns, but any excuse to use a shiny pen, and it's quite nice to do that zigzag pattern at the top with your scissors. So I'm going to pretend that he's so rich that he gets to wear a crown. Oh, it's fiddly colouring in all these little triangles. It does look good though. I love the way the metallic colours catch the light. This is the trouble when you've got a very chunky pen and a not very chunky tube. There we go. So I've got all my colours on there, so now I can add some other decorations. What will I choose? I've got so much on my table. I've got boxes of craft stuff as well. I think, let me see. I'm going to use some of these sticky spots and pretend they're precious jewels. So I'm going to stick lots of different coloured spots on the crown to make it look really, really expensive. I'm going to do one sticky dot on each triangle so that there's a jewel on each part. You might like to do a pattern on there. Beautiful. Oh, I am pleased with that. Okay, what's next? I think next I'm going to take my black pen and I'm going to draw this wise man's face. So I'm going to draw some eyes, a nose and a mouth. Now, there's lots of different ways you can do this. You might want to use stickers or googly eyes or cut a face out of a magazine and stick that on. But however you do it, it's your work and it's absolutely fantastic. There we go. Oh, that is a happy wise man for finding the baby Jesus. Look at that. Now, let's get this cut in half because I think it's a little too big at the moment. And then I'm going to sort of fold it and stick it so that it's like a cloak for my wise man. So I'm going to make this bit straight at the top. Oh, I've cut it off. Sometimes you have to experiment. Experimenting's a good way of finding out if something will work. There we go. Now, if I bring that round there, and that round, now that is going to be a really smashing looking cloak for this wise man. So let's get my glue and put lots and lots of glue all over here so that we can stick his cloak on, but his nice metallic bit still shows through. Go, lots of glue. There we go, and we're going to pop that bit like that. Perfect. Oh, do you know what? I'm gonna just untuck that bit. Didn't go quite right. That's okay. We can always adjust it. Do you know what? I'm gonna fold these bits back because I want to be able to see the metallic bit underneath. So I'm gonna fold them and just stick them back a little bit. There we go. Excellent. Like I said, sometimes you have to experiment a bit. So now I've popped his cloak on there. He's looking very smart indeed. I'm going to trim the bottom because I'm going to want my figures to stand up at the end, and I think if I leave the cloak like that, it's not going to stand up because the way I've stuck it. But you can always make a cloak that will sort of go out behind somebody after it's stood up. Right, here comes some more shiny things. We've got shiny stars this time. Oh, look at that. Make sure everything's stuck up. Oh, there we go. I'm going to add a little bit of special coloured tape to the cloak to make it look extra special. Reminds me a little bit of a fur collar on a coat, or a very special velvety collar. Very expensive looking fabric. There we go. I think we'll add some hair. I'm just going to do some pen marks just to show a little bit of hair. His crown's going to cover most of the hair, but I thought I'd just add a little bit. There we go. I am really pleased with my wise man. He is ready for his journey to the stable. Wishing you and your family a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I hope you enjoyed the craft and have lots of ideas for what you can add. God bless you all.